And if you just drop a coin into the tumbler such that it is resting on the bottom here, this coin, and try to take 2 rays from this particular coin, one in the straight direction like this, so as it is moving perpendicular to the surface, it will be moving without a deviation. Another ray you take in this direction. Now does it go without a deviation? Does it move along this direction? Does this second ray, first ray will be moving undeviated because I is equals to R is equal to 0, it will be moving exactly perpendicular to surface. Does this ray move along the same path here like this? Does it move along this path? See here, water is a denser medium. Water is a denser medium, let that be N2, and it is air, let it be N1. N2 and N1 are the refractive indices of this particular media given here. So here what will happen is, let me draw a normal at this point of incidence. So it will be moving from denser medium to rarer medium. So what will happen? It will deviate. It will deviate in what direction? Does it move towards the normal or does it move away from the normal? It will move away from the normal. It will move along this direction. So if you back extend this will meet this particular first ray at some point here. So here the image of your coin will be formed. So if a person see from here, if a person is seeing from here, the coin will be supposed to be placed at this point. This will be the image and this will be the object. But actually where is the coin situated? At the bottom. But what this person will see, the person will be see a coin is raised from the bottom. So this particular one will be calling is this one as a apparent depth, that will be representing with the D dash, and this one will be representing with D is called a real depth. So here I have some terms to be explained. N2, refractive index of denser medium, here I have taken, and N1, refractive index of rarer medium, and I have D stands for real depth, and D dash stands for apparent depth. So there is a relation between these 4 physical quantities. I can write down N2 by N1 will be equal to D by D dash, or that can be written as real depth by apparent depth. So on what basis I have taken N2 and what basis I have taken N1 and what basis I have taken D and D dash? D and D dash are measured from the surface. See here, they are measured from the surface. A very important point only from your numericals point of view also. And N2 is taken as a medium from where the light is passing. Light is passing from the denser medium here. So light is passing from water and it is moving into air. So the medium where light is coming from is taken as N2, and the medium where light is entering into is taken as N1. This should be always remembered for any particular problem which you come across. ఏ మీడియం నుండి అయితే మనకు లైట్ వస్తుందో దాన్ని మనం N2 మీడియం అని చెప్పుకుంటాం. ఏ మీడియంలోకి అయితే లైట్ ఎంటర్ అవుతుందో దాన్ని మనం N1 రిఫ్రాక్టివ్ ఇండెక్స్ అనుకుంటాం. And the same time I will measure the distances. From where are we measuring? From the surface of your water we are measuring. And so this is the relation between refractive indices and real depth and apparent depth. Let me derive this relation now. So for derivation, consider this angle as I, and this angle will become, if this is I, this also will become I, and you consider this angle as R, angle of refraction. If this is R, this also will become R, and you consider this distance as X. Now light is passing from denser medium to rarer medium, and you apply the Snell's law here for this particular denser medium. So from Snell's law, what will you get here? Yeah, hello. Yeah, I allowed them. So from Snell's law, what will you get here? I can write here N2 sine of the angle of incidence is equals to N1 sine of the angle of refraction. So N2 sine I is equals to N1 sine R. So now if you consider these rays as paraxial rays, ఈ రేస్ మనం paraxial rays అనుకుంటే, consider these rays as paraxial rays. What will become? I and R will be very smaller angles. Paraxial rays కనుకంటే అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? మన ప్రిన్సిపల్ యాక్సిస్ కి ప్యారలల్ గా తీసుకున్న దగ్గరగా తీసుకున్న యాంగిల్. సపోజ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనము మిర్రర్ లో తీసుకున్నాం, ఈ యాంగిల్ ఆల్ఫా అని, తర్వాత సెకండ్ వచ్చే యాంగిల్ బీటా అని. ఇఫ్ దిస్ ఈజ్ అ వెరీ స్మాల్ మిర్రర్, దిస్ యాంగిల్ సస్టైన్డ్ అట్ దిస్ పాయింట్ విల్ బికమ్ వెరీ స్మాలర్ వాల్యూ. సో అలాంటి రేస్ ని మనం paraxial rays అనుకుంటాం. paraxial అప్రాక్సిమేషన్ అంటే ఏంటంటే, ఇక్కడ ఉంది మనకు sin I sin R రెండు ఉన్నాయి. ఇఫ్ I and R are very small, I can approximate sine of the angle of incidence approximate to I. Similarly, I can approximate sine of the angle of refraction also will be approximately equal to R. They can be approximately equal to tan of the angle of I and tan of the angle of R also. So in place of N2 sin I equals to N1 sin I, I can write down N2 tan of I is equals to N1 tan of R. On what basis I have derived this relation? On the paraxial approximation I have taken this relation. Now here I have two right angle triangles. This is first right angle triangle, this is second right angle triangle. For those two right angle triangles, write down the expression for tan I and tan R. What will you get? N2 tan I, opposite side by adjacent side, x by d, that's another side N1 tan R, opposite side by adjacent side, x by d dash. So here x and x can be cancelled. Finally I have N2 by d is equals to N1 by d dash. If I rearrange this, I will be getting N2 by N1 is equals to d by d dash. That is also can be written as real depth by apparent depth. Very important relation, Andy. Remember. So N2 and N1 and D and D dash. How are we taking? N2 is taken where the light is coming from, and N1 is taken where the light is entering into, and real depth and apparent both depths are measured from the surface. Did you understand me? All of you. Did you understand this derivation? Are you listening the class? Boys. Did you understand this derivation? Okay, so based on this particular derivation and based on this particular formula, let us do some numericals. Shall I? Okay. So question number 1, let me draw it on the board. So if time is not sufficient, I will post the questions in the group so that you may solve the problems on your own. And if you don't get the problems, you ask me, I will send the solutions. Will that be okay? The question number 1 is something like this. I have an interface and here I have water surface. So if there is a fish here, at what depth it is located it is located at a depth of 24 centimeters from the surface of your water, and there is a bird exactly at a height of 36 centimeters. Very simple question based on the previous formula, question number 1, and he is asking us to find the apparent depth. Question number 1, find the apparent depth of fish as seen by the bird. As seen by the bird. Now what are the conditions given is, this is air where N1 is equals to 1 we can take, and this is water. Here the refractive index N is taken as a 4/3. So we have formula connecting these all. N2 by N1 is equals to D by D dash. So here D by D dash and N2 and N1. As from the bird's point of view, we are seeing the question, remember. So the light should move from the fish. So this will become N2 and this will become N1. So solution, if you take, we have N2 by N1 is equals to D by D dash. N2 is 4/3. By N1 is again, by 1 means I can take as 1. That is equals to D. D means from the water surface, what is the real depth here? 24 centimeter divided by D dash. I want D dash and D. So D dash will be written as, D dash is equals to, I'll be getting 24 into 3/4. So 4146. 18 centimeters is apparent depth and adentadi ikkada nundi avutundi. Its image will be seen somewhere around here అనుకుందాం, అది I అనుకుందాం. ఈ డిస్టెన్స్ ఎంత వచ్చింది మనకు? D డాష్ వచ్చింది. D డాష్ ఎంత ఉంది మనకు? 18 సెంటీమీటర్స్ వచ్చింది. కానీ క్వశ్చన్లో మనకి ఫ్రమ్ ద సర్ఫేస్ అనలేదండి, ఫ్రమ్ ద బర్డ్ అని అడిగాడు. సీన్ బై ద బర్డ్ అంటున్నాడు కాబట్టి, సో దేర్ ఫోర్ ద అపారెంట్ డెప్త్ of fish from bird is 36 plus 18. How much will you get? 54 centimeter. 54 centimeter. The same question I'll ask you, I can ask you the same question in other point of view. Find the apparent height of bird from or as seen by the fish. క్వశ్చన్ అర్థమైందా బాయ్స్? హలో, యా డిడ్ యూ అండర్స్టాండ్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్? ఈ సొల్యూషన్ అర్థమైందా? నౌ వాట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టేకన్ n2ని మనము 4/3 తీసుకున్నాము, ఇక్కడ n1ని 1 తీసుకున్నాము, అండ్ అపారెంట్ రియల్ డెప్త్ వచ్చేసి 24 సెంటీమీటర్స్ తీసుకున్నాము. d డాష్ కనుక్కున్నాం. d డాష్ వచ్చిన d డాష్ని యాజ్ ఈజ్ ఆస్కింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద బోర్డ్స్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ వీ హ్యావ్ యాడెడ్ ఇట్ టు 36. నౌ వాట్ యూ టేక్ ఈస్ ఐ వాంట్ ఫ్రమ్ ద ఫిష్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ. అంటే లైట్ అప్పుడు ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది? బోర్డ్ నుండి లైట్ ఎంటర్ అవుతుంది. అప్పుడు n2 ఇది అవుతుంది, ఇది n1 అవుతుంది, ఇది రియల్ హైట్ అవుతుంది. అప్పుడు ఇక్కడ అపారెంట్ హైట్ కనుక్కోండి. కెన్ యూ డూ దట్ ప్రాబ్లం? సో ఈ క్వశ్చన్కి సమ్ ఆప్షన్స్ కూడా ఉన్నాయనుకుందాం. ఆప్షన్ 1 ఈజ్ అరౌండ్ 54 సెంటీమీటర్స్, ఆప్షన్ 2 ఈజ్ అరౌండ్ 68 సెంటీమీటర్స్, అండ్ ఆప్షన్ 3 ఈజ్ 48 సెంటీమీటర్స్, అండ్ ఆప్షన్ 4 ఈజ్ 72 సెంటీమీటర్స్. Now what answer will you get? సేమ్ ఫార్ములా అండి, ఒకటే ఫార్ములా. n2 by n1 is equals to d by d dash. So here n2 is how much? 1. n1 is how much? 4/3. d is equals to how much? d is equals to 36 centimeter. So using this I will be getting 1/4/3 is equals to 36 divided by d dash. From here d dash will be equal to 36 into 4/3. Answer is 48 centimeter. సో చూడగానే మీకు అక్కడ ఆప్షన్ కనపడుతుంది 3 సెంటీమీటర్, థర్డ్ ఆప్షన్ 48 సెంటీమీటర్స్ ఉంటుంది, కానీ ఇట్ ఈస్ అ రాంగ్ ఆప్షన్. వై? ఈజ్ ఆస్కింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఫిష్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ. సో వాట్ యూ నీడ్ టు డూ? సో దేర్ ఫోర్ అపారెంట్ హైట్ ఫ్రమ్ ఫిష్ ఎంత అవుతుంది మనకు? యూ నీడ్ టు టేక్ 48 ప్లస్ 24 సెంటీమీటర్. ఎంత అవుతుంది ఇది? 72 సెంటీమీటర్స్ అవుతుంది. సో ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ ది. ఫ్రమ్ ద సర్ఫేస్ అడగలేదండి, సర్ఫేస్ కూడా అడగవచ్చు. క్వశ్చన్ జాగ్రత్తగా చదవాల్సి ఉంటుంది. ఫ్రమ్ ద సర్ఫేస్ అడిగితే మీరు అన్నట్టుగా 48 సెంటీమీటర్స్ అవుతుంది. ఇన్ ద ప్రీవియస్ క్వశ్చన్లో ఇన్ ప్రీవియస్ క్వశ్చన్ ఆల్సో ఈ డి నాట్ ఆస్క్ ఫ్రమ్ ద సర్ఫేస్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ, he asked from bird point of view. So here we are considering bird and the fish as a reference point. If the surface is a reference point, in previous question answer is different, 18 centimeters వస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ ఆన్సర్ వచ్చేసి మనకు 48 సెంటీమీటర్స్ వస్తుంది. సర్ఫేస్ అంటే సర్ఫేస్ కాదు కాబట్టి here it is a little bit different. So based on the same concept, let me give you one more question. Shall I continue? అర్థమైందా క్వశ్చన్? Yeah, very good. The third question is, imagine you have a surface and a second surface. Here you consider the refractive index as 1, which is air. Here also I have a refractive index of 1 and it is also air. And I have in between it is a n of 1.5, a different medium. An object is situated at this point. Let this be O, which is at a distance of around 10 centimeters, and this depth is around 15 centimeters, and we people are seeing from here. I am seeing the object which is at a distance of around 20 centimeters.